And we are back again.
Gotta get it in when the video's off.
That's right. Pear trees.
Yep.
Pear
We got
trees.
two apple trees and a pear tree.
And you're not getting shit from it.
Nothing, dude. Nothing.
That's a goddamn shame.
I'm about to cut them down here. We're going on year 5, so.
And it just flowers, but no fruit.
You get a couple flowers every now and then. We'll see. Maybe next year it'll kick off. We'll give it another year.
I wonder if that's a timeline thing of the plant, or
maybe
like, if you went and got like a new one and put it in the ground, would you get an apple out of it? Like, does it have to mature?
Some people do.
I thought so.
I don't know. I'm not an apple tree connoisseur yet. I'm getting there though. I'm learning a little bit more every year.
So some of the coolest shit that I've ever heard about with apple trees is that they get spliced together.
Yeah, dude, the grafting, that's crazy.
Right. And
so
then
you can get 3 different apples off of one tree.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
Wild.
Right. And you can't even get one type of apple.
Can't even get one apple. We're gonna get there though. We're gonna get there. I ain't gonna give up yet.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, what are you doing to sand? You've got an auto sander?
We use we do a lot of the level 5, so we use the Trimtex Black Widows.
Yep.
They're really nice. They don't work very well for cutting edges. Yeah, but they do work really good for level 5.
Yeah, making things flat.
Yep. And we'll use the medium for those, because they have the fine, coarse, and then medium. We think the medium works really good with our elite finish. We use a lot of the elite finish up here.
Okay.
It's like a +3 kind of, but softer.
So that's less mud, or sorry, less adhesive in it. Like it would be like machine mud for us.
I don't know what machine mud is.
It's yellow. There's like no shrinking.
Yep, it'd be the same then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to get somebody on from like CGC or whatever just to talk about mud. Like,
I know Justin from USG. We could get Justin on for you.
That would be dope. I think there's a lot of guys out there that have no fucking idea the difference in the mud, right?
Big difference.
I'm starting to wrap my head around it, but like there's a lot more types of mud out there that it'd be nicer just to kind of have a better understanding of, like, from the horse's mouth, right? Not like asking ice about it.
Yeah. 100%. It's even regional too, where you can get stuff, because a lot of places you can't get the elite mud that we use. One of my favorite mud is a USG midweight, which is, if you were just to take all purpose and +3 and mix it together, like 50-50, that's kind of what the midweight is. And it's a great mud.
Okay.
It's one of the best. You can tape with it, coat with it, sand's easy. It's great. Oh, that's the purple lid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I think they discontinued that here.
Yeah, No, you're saying purple lid. I think it's not the same as what I've got out here. We only have the stubby buckets in the purple lid, and I think it's like a dustless sand.
Yeah, dust control.
Yeah, dust control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I stopped doing was using 220 sanding pads. For some reason I was buffing cars instead of just sanding. So you were spending a lot more time. Like, if you're just super light with it, with like a 180 or even like a 150 or whatever, it's doing all the work for you, as opposed to like going over it or leaning into it with a 220. I was really surprised at that. Obviously the big sanders, they're all 220, 240. It just makes the most sense. It's automatic, right? But yeah, that was very interesting. And how much less work it is doing it that way.
We use a lot of 150. If we're doing like a real important feature wall or something like that, we'll get 220.
Oh, for sure. There's
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing entire houses with it, which I, thought was a little overkill. But on the same hand, it was a
Look
nice
good.
finish. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's up until recently, it's never been about time. It's been about finish.
Yep.
So now that I'm playing that time game a little bit, you kind of have to pick up a few of the tricks, right?
Yep.
It's just the
Yep.
way that she goes. Oh man. Oh, I wrote down a quote that you had on Nick's podcast. You got
Ooh,
to
I
think,
got quotes.
yeah, you got to think that you're never doing enough.
Never.
And that fucking resonated the first time that I heard it.
It
I
drives
did
my wife crazy.
I'm sure it drives everyone in my life crazy. Yeah. And like you kind of take 10 minutes to yourself and you're like, you lazy fuck. Like, let's go. You
Yeah.
could, but at some point you got to kind of figure it out. But I feel like if you're on a fucking path, just get to the end of it. Like anything that I've
Yep.
done that sucks, I'm happy to do it, but I'm doing it to get it done so it's over.
100%.
Right. So especially the path that you're on, like you've got your tool out, you've got 5 more fucking tools coming out. Like you have to get to the end of this.
Yep.
And then it's gonna pay off right before you start up the next fucking thing that's gonna.
Yeah, I start to wonder where the end is because I'm to the point now where when I started, I was like, if I get to this point, I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel done. Not even close. It feels like I haven't even started.
Yeah, I have figured out that happy thing is just finding the joy in doing things
Yeah, it is. It is.
because I don't think I'm ever gonna be happy. I'm just
No.
gonna sit on my ass. It's never ever going to happen.
Yep.
I'm going to Mexico with my cousin in September.
Awesome.
They've gone the last 4 years, and I've missed it every year because I've just been like, no, I got shit to do. I got to keep going. Like I'm not at a point where I should be going on vacation, right? And this year, I'm only gonna go for 4 days.
That's all right.
I think that's enough, right? Like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a good first day. I'm gonna drink my face off the second day. Try and kill everyone else the third day, and then come home. I think that's enough.
Where are you going in Mexico?
I don't even know the Royalton.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I don't. If I ever go on to if I ever go on to a trip, I sit there and go, these are all the things that I would want to do, and then I take a step back and go, this is all so extra. Like this is too much, right? And then I fucking stop looking at it. My cousin goes every year, the whole squad, they call it squadcation. There's like 10 or 15 of them that go every year, and it's just a blast because there's that many people going. They'll get these big fucking rooms where there's
Yeah.
different bedrooms in them, and it all works out great for everybody. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going.
You'll have a blast.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
When are you
Yeah,
going?
September, middle of September.
Awesome. Awesome. Not that
Yeah,
long.
but this will be the first time doing something like that, and I think 7 years now.
Cool.
Yeah,
Great.
I've been on a couple that's been kind of fun, but in Canada, short little things. What do you do vacations?
We do.
Good for you.
We haven't for the last 2 years because we've been so busy, but we're August 5th, we're going to the Yellowstone and hit the Tetons. We got a nice
Nice.
little cabin in Island Park right there. So should be fun. Do some rafting and horseback riding and
That's
be
so
cool.
that's so
Yellow,
American. I love it.
Yellowstone's awesome, dude. It's a
And
really cool place.
the more I see of it, um, the more I'm like, I would love to spend some time there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. West Yellowstone's one of my favorite places. Island Park's awesome. So it should be fun, man. Should be
Yeah,
fun.
I love that. And then so how long does it take for you to kind of like normalize that you are now on vacation? You stop worrying about things.
I'm thinking it's going to be instant this year.
Good for you.
Like I said, we live in a small town. So I'm going to go talk to the lady at the post office and drop her off, 30 tools or so and see if she'll help me out while I'm gone here and,
That's amazing.
see what we can get done.
That's so funny. How long have
Should
you
be
been
fun.
at CSR? How long have they been carrying you?
Ooh, over a year now,
Okay. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I
That make
think Vince reached out in 2022, I believe.
yeah.
And
He's great.
I think it's going pretty well, I guess. They keep
Yeah.
buying them.
That would be yes then. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't really have any numbers to compare it to, because it's such a unique tool, and it fits a couple different areas too. It works as a tool, plus it's pretty cool,
Oh
so
yeah.
I don't really know how to judge the sales from it, you know.
And what do you put it up against? 2-inch knives? Like
Yeah, like,
it's not the same as that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
weird. So
I,
as long as they're moving, I guess.
yeah, and yeah, I'll tell you, man, doing that lunchroom, there were a few spots in there where I just busted it out and it was like, this is fucking perfect. It was, I used to just cut like the lids up, or you would get the, like, it's a pain in the ass. Anything
Yeah,
that you do to try and like manipulate another knife leaves fucking scratches and ridges and all kinds of shit in it.
yeah.
Um, you can also use the smallest one to undo electrical fucking boxes. Like
You
those,
can.
you know what I mean? Like I was like, this is great.
The small
Um,
one also works pretty good for cleaning out your bazooka. So
oh,
you can clear out jams from it and stuff.
yeah, that's dope. There's an idea. Yeah,
Works all
and
right.
scraping your fucking barbecue or whatever, isn't that what?
Yeah, yeah, I did that. We got a barbecue dry axe. Works great right in between the grill and
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're 100% American, right?
Yep.
American made. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Um, I never understood all of that until I went and saw Columbia, where like
Yep.
they're making their own fasteners even. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's
Yep.
like Canadian made. And you would look at some of
It's
the what's that?
it's a lot more work. Like
That's
they
what I was
they
gonna yeah.
you put a lot of care, and it's hard to meet pricing too.
Hmm.
There's a lot of sacrifice into doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the machines, you're just like, man, like this is just so extra. And
Yeah.
the answer is this is the only way to compete with China, right? Like
Yep.
you just have to be reinvesting and you have to be making things more efficient, and quality's got to stay exactly where it's going to be, right? It's that's a it's a battle, but it's for the better,
Yep.
right? Yeah, I really do agree with that. Doing it
Yep.
at home, um, and I think it should mean way more to people than it does, right? I don't think there's a big group of people that are even thinking about it. You know, they see a brand like you know, DeWalt or whatever. I don't know where DeWalt's made, but I mean, you see that, and right away you just think that it's a North American company, and everything's got to be made here because it's North America or whatever, right?
Well,
Uh,
it's their branding.
that's
They've
exactly what it
branded
is.
it for so
Yeah.
long.
Well, look at like Subaru, right? They were the best branding in my whole like teenage years. I thought it was an Australian company, you know, and it was like awesome fucking Outback stuff. It's not at all, right? But that's the way that you market the
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just, you know, some people, and I was one of them. You just don't think about shit like that, but I do now pretty heavily.
Yep.
All the Knicks shit is made in the States, right? And now that's
Yep.
not made in Canada, which is the best to me, but it is at least
Yeah.
made where you live, which is
Yeah.
fine. Um, and it has to be attractive when you take a look at buying stuff from outside, right? Or having things made from outside. But like, what kind of kept you from doing that? Was it quality?
To start out, when we started, I was a little leery about sending all my CAD files to China because when we first started, we didn't have the capacity to fight anything.
Oh,
So we kept it in house. And one of my brother-in-law's good friends had some manufacturing close by us.
yeah,
Craig is just an awesome guy. They could make anything, you
yeah.
know. and he's really helped us out with that. And it's just 100% control. I
Yeah.
could go up there. I could stop by Craig's house today, and say, "What's going on, man? Are you doing this? You doing this?" And there's not ever an issue with it.
Yeah.
I could order 5,000 dry X's from China, and they could get here, 4,000 would be bad, and then they're going to tell you, "Oh, too bad." You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, there's got to be something in there that's like, qualities. We have a range of
Yep.
acceptable for where our quality's at. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could send it to China right now and knock $15 off the price.
Right.
And I just can't do that.
I mean, it's $15 worth your integrity, right? Like,
No,
yeah,
not
not even close.
not no.
Because it's not like you would send that to China and then knock $15 off. You would assumably put $15 more into your pocket, right? I would assume.
100%.
I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of disappointed in the US market because we are in a couple places in the US, but retail wise, I'm really disappointed that they won't even talk to me, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But the Canadians at the same time, they're welcoming, nice people to do business with.
Yeah.
I'm getting checks before the product even gets there. Like, you're in the US, we usually do 30 or 60-day net, and they'll wait till the last day,
Of
you
course.
know.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the way business is going. Like you are waiting to the last moment, even if you're sitting on the
Yeah.
money because you want to have the money or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's I always said that I always wanted to be like live at some fucking nowhere place and be the handy guy around, right?
Yeah.
And because it would just be like you are just doing right and everyone is fucking doing right by you because that's just what everybody does. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As opposed to
Yeah.
like let's drag everything out to the last possible second, make sure everybody's uncomfortable. Like it just
And
seems very silly.
it's that easy. You just do what you say you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like when Vince puts in an order at CSR, it's 2 or 3 days, and the package is in Ohio. It's not even there yet. And I'm having checks sent here already.
Yeah.
Like the Canadians are great people to work with.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll,
Yeah.
I'll pretend I'm all Canadians.
Yeah. We're gonna start little maple leaves on the shirt sleeves.
Ooh, I would like that a lot. Yeah.
We make it up. We'll make a Canadian edition TechDry shirt when we make it up there someday.
That'd be dope, man. I kind of want to get a golf tournament going next year and see if we can get some fucking people up from the industry.
That'd be all right. I'll drive the cart.
That'd be dope. Yeah, you got experience driving the fucking cart.
I don't golf though. You don't want to see me golf.
Yeah, I don't really golf either. I just want to get more shit like that going, right? Where we're just
Yeah.
we're doing more stuff as a community. A golf tournament's a good one, man, because it doesn't matter if it's all drywallers, or all people from the industry. Because if you're
Yeah.
going there just to drink, at least it's there'll be some sort of like a to charity or something, right? So
Drink the charity.
yeah, right. It's this thing that I went with Nate. They were selling mulligans. So I think they were $5 a piece or 4 for 50. It's some fucking thing. And it was hilarious because it's like, don't cheat because it's a tournament, right? But everyone's gonna fucking cheat anyways. So when I saw the mulligans, I'm like, oh, I'll pay to cheat. I don't know, that's fine. But that would have gone right to whatever the cause was, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Promote cheating.
Yeah. Okay, so you got a offset knife. So with the 5 of them, is it just different sizes?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
do the 16, which is a single handle skimming blade,
Okay.
and then the 32 to start, and then we're gonna do for the offsets, we're gonna do an 8, 10, 12. Maybe
Yeah, okay.
maybe a 14 too.
Mhm.
Maybe it was a 10, 12, 14. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's neat. Is there anything overly different about them? The
There
offsets?
is. We got a nice CNC connector part, which really adds stability to your knife. And
Nice.
then, like I said, we're going to use that Camelback trowel handle,
Yeah.
which, because the offset's almost a trowel anyway,
Hmm.
So we were going to combine the two to make it really feel like it is a trowel.
That's
So
interesting.
they feel really nice, and they do a nice flat corner bead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. That's exciting.
Dude, they're really cool. They work well.
Yeah. It was so
We,
you must have some that you're using.
we do. We've been
Yeah.
testing them for about 8 months.
Okay. Good
So
for you.
they're up at the shop right now being made. So
I
it
feel
shouldn't be too long.
yeah. I feel like too many people jump the gun with stuff. You got to get it
Yep.
out there. You got to use it for long enough where it'll wear out or break or
Yep.
whatever, right? Yeah.
You got to have a happy medium too, because you can't take forever to perfect something. If you get it on the market and it was perfect the first time, you didn't go fast enough.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah.
It has to be good too, like you can't be selling crap.
Yeah. That's such a dance around
It is, yeah.
because it's like, what's important to us that it works perfectly and all this stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like, you'll never get it to market if you're
Yep.
just constantly dumping money into it too, right? Yeah, it's
Yep.
I do not envy that you do that. I would not do that. I think it would be magical for about 4 months, and then I would just drown the fucking company trying to make everything perfect, right? Like,
You're not wrong.
yeah, oh, yeah,
You're not
yeah.
wrong. One change we are going to make though is Pam and Nick came up with this, but the small one, we're going to offset that over to this side of the blade.
Oh, okay. So you can get
So you can,
closer,
yeah, so you can get closer to the wall.
right?
And I never personally had a problem with it, but the thing is with the little knife, it's for all those areas.
Right.
And I have had a couple people mention that to me, so that needs to be done, I think.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because if you want to put it right up close,
Yeah.
all right, right.
I've seen a couple guys, they've been running it like this too, to get it close
Yeah,
up to the wall. And that works too, like you can use it anywhere and put your finger on it, and
yeah,
move it around. But
yeah. I know what you mean. You just fucking
yeah,
make it a little different then. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and is that a
yeah.
huge thing? Not probably not, right? You
No,
did,
we'll just move some CAD files around, and when we get to the next run, we'll just move it on.
yeah. So with a CAD file, that's going into like a cutter, right? Like a
Yeah,
cutting CNC cutter,
we use a water jet.
water jet. Yeah.
So
Okay.
all the blades are all cut with a water jet.
Nice.
It's really cool to watch.
Yeah, where it's just going incredibly fast, right? And it just
Yeah,
blasts through. Yeah.
yeah, and it can go real fast through this metal. Like it can go, what was it, like 14 inches of steel.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay. So you
yeah,
cut
it's wild.
you can cut fucking I-beams with it.
Yeah, 100%, 100% here. Yeah, and this is really thin. We can lay the sheet down, and it just about that fast.
Yeah. And it's done.
Yep.
That's really impressive.
And then we can either tumble the blades or we can deburr them by hand,
Yeah.
and get everything off. And
If you're tumbling them, does that
Mhm.
seem to affect everything or does it just kind of deburr it?
It depends on how long you leave it in there and what kind of media you're using to deburr it with.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
know, there's a lot of different options for that. So
Yeah. That whole thing is so fascinating where it's like,
it's cool.
yeah, every step of the way you've got to go, huh, okay. So
Yeah.
and then it's
And
the next thing.
that's where Craig really comes in. Like he's owned TSA for 50 years now.
Oh wow.
And Tony, the guy that's the head of production there, he's great. Like it's absolutely amazing what they can do there.
Hmm. Masters.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Like I just bring ideas, and then they'll really break down the manufacturing cost.
That's brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
You know what I'm excited about when that fucking birthday podcast comes out?
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that. That was the first time we had you on.
I forgot about that. When's that going to come out?
No idea. I've got to take a look, man. I got so far ahead because I was so worried about falling behind. That goes
I
back to that.
noticed that.
So Nathan's drywall happened like shortly after the fresco event in February, and that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
That's
like,
good though.
yeah, like I'm not sure that this should come out this year.
Cool. That's good.
I don't know, but you almost want to put them out more, but it's like nobody's going to listen to 3 a week or 2 a week, right? Like we're not there yet. I don't
I
think,
think one a
anyways.
week's good.
I originally wanted to do it once every other week, because you would I felt like you would get more, people would be waiting for it, but then they started stacking up. So I don't know. It's probably next month, maybe.
Yeah.
I would think. For everybody listening, on my birthday, I don't even think I had plans, and then we just made it a thing.
I think it
But
just happened.
yeah, Cam was like, "Well, let's do it, right?" Oh, you know what? It was going to be Josh from the very first podcast. Josh and Cam, we were going to do another
Cool.
Friday night thing, and then something happened with Josh. Family thing, so he had to pull out. So Cam kind of messages me. He's like, "But we're still gonna, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." We talked back and forth, and he was like, "We should see if Aaron will come on." And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I bet he will for like one part. So then Nick said he would. You said you would. Like everybody kind of said they would, and then I figured you'd come on for 30 minutes and then get off, and then the next person. Well, the first time that somebody had to get off, Aaron's like, "I'm not fucking leaving. What are you talking about?" So
Well,
by the
everybody's so cool, like you
yeah,
could talk to Nick and Aaron forever, you
totally.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was 5 of us at the end of it.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
just kept calling
I
people.
had a few fucking drinks that day too, so I don't remember.
That's
I don't remember much.
all right.
Yeah, it was gonna be good. Well, it was good, I think.
As long as you
Um,
press record, you
oh
do
yeah,
it.
I don't know how he did that, and I think he's done that more than once. Is what it
Yeah.
sounds like. You just get talking and then you don't hit play.
Yeah.
Oh
It's all
my
right.
god.
It's all right.
That's my hardest thing, especially with people that I already know, like you, is we answer the like when we both jump in, you just start talking. Like we could
Yep.
have just been talking without this plank.
Yeah.
It would have
Yeah.
lasted just as
100%.
long, right? Yeah.
Well, that's the point of the podcast is,
I think so.
you're just sitting there bullshitting about work and what's going on. And,
Yeah.
it's not talk radio, there's no script or,
Yeah. I do talking points, just stuff
yeah,
that
that's all right.
I don't want to forget to talk about,
Yeah.
right? It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, one of the other talking points that I have here was I was gonna say Cory Fischer, the man I thought was two men. I thought I was like, he's either going to think that this is funny or he's going to be insulted.
Nah.
It's like because when we were talking on Instagram, it was TechDry, and then on
Yeah.
Facebook through the groups, it was you. And I was
Yeah.
like, both these guys are great.
Well, I try to keep it fairly separate, because I do two separate things. I
Yeah.
do drywall and I do tech dry. And there's
Mm-hmm.
probably not a lot of people that know the two besides, the
Yeah.
group that we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. I certainly didn't. So that's probably still my favorite clip from the podcast so far. Is what I was like, that Cory Fischer guy, and Nick's like, who's this Cory Fischer guy? I was like, I'm
That's
wearing your
good.
fucking shirt while I said it. It was my favorite. It was easily my favorite clip so far.
That's good.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
you got to have the talking points. We got everything wrote
yeah.
down, and I think
Well,
yours are probably the same as mine. So
yeah, did you got anything else on there we didn't hit?
you got everything I got written down there.
Boom.
We did
Excellent.
really good.
We've got about 9 minutes left. Got any shout outs you want to do?
I don't think so, man. I think we're just rolling along.
Yep, perfect. I
I
always
had much.
ask. Some people do, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, oh, so and so," and
Well, I do actually. I'd like to thank Wolfgang for his call the other day, and I
yeah,
really enjoyed talking to Aaron too. Especially when I told Aaron we were coming out with skimming blades and stuff, and that's direct competition. And
Yep.
comes out and he's like, competition's great.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the abundance mindset on why they're winning.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these other companies, they won't even talk to you because
Yeah.
you're a tool manufacturer too. But they went out of their way to be super decent. So
that's that infinite and finite game again, right? Like Columbia's
yep,
not here to win anything, right?
yep,
At least not that I've found.
yep,
They're here for us, and I think you're doing the same thing, right? Where it's like,
yep.
let's just get stuff out there that people are going to use and people want to use. And I love hearing that. Those two people in particular do a lot for the community, and
100% they do.
I don't think either one boasts about it.
Nope.
Yeah. When we were at West, Cam kind of looked at me. He's like, "This is insane, man. It's
It's a
just."
nice shop.
And you feel right at home with those guys. Like we spent a week together and not a single time did anyone butt heads about anything. It was
Cool.
like this is crazy. um yeah, man, that's I like that. And
Good.
when people that don't have a lot of time give you their time,
Yeah.
it means a lot. Yeah.
Especially starting out because I don't know a lot.
Yeah,
I kind of roll around and just do what I can, and it helps to have a little insight like that.
totally. Yeah. Yeah, somebody that's been around for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good, man. That was fantastic. I'm super
Cool.
happy we got to have you on. It's
Yeah, it's a
like
great,
felt
great
like
show, man.
that was forever. Yeah, good. When are you coming up? I keep asking you.
I'm gonna make it one of these times here.
Good.
I don't know when, but I'm gonna make it.
Um, that was one of the things that we talked about was I think prior to the events, I want to get a hold of a big house kind of like the week leading up to it. So then guys that are coming in, at least, maybe you're not losing your ass while you're up here.
Yep.
Unless the government's listening, and then you're just gonna donate time.
Yeah.
And
I paid for the whole thing.
that's fun too. Yeah. But I think that'd be fun, right?
Yeah, get
Just
a big Airbnb or something.
yeah, that's
Be great.
exactly what we talked about. Get a big
Yeah.
Airbnb, get a big project, so everybody at least everything gets covered or whatever. Like it,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's gonna
Be
be
great.
fun.
Sleep in my car. Either way, whatever.
I'm pretty good at sleeping in that truck. I'll tell you that.
I've did it before.
All right, brother. It was a
All
pleasure
right,
having
man.
you on.
Yeah,
Be humble, treat everyone the same, and do your fucking job.
for sure.